Start with a Fox News alert for you. A possible new downside for Obamacare, as insurance premiums could spike for 2/3 of Americans working for small businesses. Welcome to HQ. I'm Allison Camerata.
Allison, good to see you. I'm Eric Shawn, sitting in for Bill Hemmer today. A small business is defined as a company with fewer than 50 full-time employees. Well, a new nonpartisan report says that 65% of those business people could see higher premiums. That's a lot of people. 11 million in all.
Lou Dobbs is the host of Lou Dobbs Tonight on Fox Business Network. He joins us now. Lou, how did this happen? This wasn't the plan.
It wasn't the plan, and we weren't supposed to find out about it, I suppose. This plan coming out of CMS at the Health and Human Services Department was released last Friday. A sort of traditional document dump when an administration doesn't want folks to pay much attention. Indeed, the New York Times, the Huffington Post, and a host of national liberal outlets ignored the story altogether. But the reality is 11 million people, as a result of Obamacare, will be paying higher premiums. Just about 65% of the small business firms in the country are expected to have to pay a great deal more for their insurance of their employees, employer-sponsored insurance. This is a devastating report, again, for Obamacare. And what they didn't need is any more bad news, because this is a $2 trillion Obamacare plan.
Yeah.
And right now, Allison, they have only provided additional insurance, think about this, to 1.5 million people who previously were uninsured. These are devastating numbers.
Lou, I'm actually surprised that you have those numbers, because the administration hasn't really released how many people previously were uninsured. Where are you getting them?
We're getting them from the insurance companies, from surveys and analysis by the National Federation of Independent Business, the National Small Business Association. Some of the insurance companies as well are providing us with a peek inside their books. And frankly, it's not pretty, because the model for Obamacare itself is upside down. They were relying on 40% of the enrollees to be between the ages of 18 and 34, Allison. That number right now is only 25%. Why is that important? It's important because those young people are the ones they're counting on to pay the premiums that will support older Americans who need greater care.
Okay, so Lou, back to the 11 million small business employees who may have to pay higher premiums. This is why it's so confusing. Let me remind you and our viewers what the president said on the campaign trail to small business owners specifically about their premiums in 2012.
You should know that once we have fully implemented, you're going to be able to buy insurance through a pool so that you can get the same good rates as a group that if you're an employee at a big company you can get right now, which means your premiums will go down.
Your premiums will go down. That was unequivocal. He made that claim without condition. And it sounds like what he was basing it on was that there'd be more competition.
Well, the fact that you have to speculate as to what he was basing it on probably is the loudest and sharper answer to it all. The president has not been exactly careful in his statements, promises of support for Obamacare and what it would accomplish. As a matter of fact, I can't think of a single thing the president has said over the course of the past 5 years that has turned out to be accurate when it comes to Obamacare. I'm not being harsh or partisan. That's just the reality. The fact is, every time the man opens his mouth, it seems, about Obamacare, he gets 3 or 4 Pinocchios from the Washington Post. Let me share with you something that what small business is up against and what the 11 million people who are going to experience higher premiums are up against, Allison, if I may. The health insurance premiums incurred by small business, employer and employee shares, will average almost $7,000 a month. That's $80,000 a year. You're talking about small firms as well. Those are huge numbers and add simply to the cost and to the disruption of Obamacare. Remember, this is having an impact on the profitability of insurance companies, the financial support that will have to come from the federal government to those insurance companies that are making Obamacare possible. What we're seeing, Allison, is so many taxpayers paying so much to achieve so little. for so few.
All right, Lou Dobbs, of course, you can watch him weeknights. Thanks so much for helping us with the math.
Great to be with you.